We ride Burt life, baby. Yes, sir.
Boy Bond underscore 34 SIT, man. Welcome to the Bond Star page, man. We riding clean, man. Burt life, top life, Magnum life, everything goes. So what's happening, YouTube, man? I'm back with another episode, man. I've been doing some work but not record just to see if this is gonna work, man. So this is what I come down to. Did some research on YouTube. It's a 300 and a Challenger. And we have the same body frame and they got it to fit. Now the Challenger did something different. He took out the cradle that most Mopars, Hellcats, 392s, 5764s, all them sit on. Took that out and made like a welding frame. And most people do it for the Viper, but just because the motor mounts on the Viper are crazy. But I done learned with the Dunk, you can use LS universal motor mounts. But Dodges, on the other hand, their motor mounts, where are they? They go down. So it's a bolt that just goes right through on Dodge. So that's the crazy part, you know what I mean? But Vipers, on the other hand, on the side, they have motor mounts that's weird looking to me. They sideways, they weird looking. They made for the Vipers, the Viper trucks and the Viper cars, so they totally different. You know what I mean? But I got a plan. I think I can execute it. Because my problem right now, I'm sitting on the oil. The oil pan is actually sitting on the subframe in the back. Transmission, I don't think I'm gonna have a problem getting it in. So I'm not working with that because it's real heavy. Most transmissions like, Chevys and Dodges, you can really pick them up, but these exotic motors, they is just crazy, you know what I mean? So that being said, I'm gonna wait on that. I'm trying to see if the motor fit first, which I know it can because I done seen two on YouTube fit, the 300 and the Challenger. Nobody in the Magnum has done this before. And yes, I do have the Viper Dunk, so don't trip. We got another Viper motor. Don't trip, okay? Transmission, bam. All right, so this, on the other hand, was originally for this car. So I'm gonna put the original motor for this car in here. You know what I mean? That's why I go to blocks, because the gold wheels and the gold trim, bam, bam. Paint by King, he has to paint this and this. This is gonna be the root beer, and then I'll go get these gold paint, you know what I mean, to match the block. But that being said, right now, we got some work to do. So this is my plan right now. Since I'm by myself, I don't have nobody help me. That's why I do a lot of stuff on my own, because I never have help. And everybody always want to charge me crazy amounts of money. I'm not rich. I'm a normal guy just like y'all. So that being said, that's why I like working on my own stuff. I ain't got nobody bother me. This is my peace time. And they do the research just like we do the research. And I just feel like I can make it happen too. But anybody that want to help, feel free to hit me up, because, I do like help, but I just don't ever get it. Hey, I'm going to take the oil pan off. So I'm going to jack this up, bring it out, take all the bolts off the oil pan. Then I'll see the crank and all that, which y'all already know. I had opened this up, redid the insides and everything. So I'm fully aware of what I got to do. So I'm gonna take the oil pan, take all the bolts out the oil pan. I'm gonna sit it where I need to. I'm gonna slide, when I bring it back in, I'm gonna slide the oil pan forward. So I'm gonna bring it from the backside, slide it in forward, and get this to sit where it needs to sit at. So I seen the other ones. I seen how they did theirs. I don't know how they got it in, but I do know the oil pan is back there. So that being said, the oil pan is stopping me from pushing it back. So I'm gonna do it my way. Bring it out, drop the oil pan, put the motor back in, slide the oil pan forward, bring it back up and bolt it in. That's my plan. So let's see how this works. Hopefully we can make this happen. Here we go. So I didn't get to do the time lapse. Everybody was calling me, but y'all know I cleaned this out when I first got it, and due to the moisture, I see a little sludge, but almost everything in here is new. So it's from being outside, having the heads and the manifold off. So it was cool. I opened it up. I got some cleaning to do, but that's the crank, as y'all see. I ain't got my little pulley thing. I'll let y'all see it spin, but that's the crank on here. Big boy. So I gotta make sure I don't damage my oil piece going in here, because we gotta put that back on, and I forgot all about that, to be honest with you. So this is gonna be very kind of difficult to put this oil pan back in, but I think I'm gonna set this on there right now and try to make this work while I'm putting it in without damaging any of my stuff. So we'll be right back, because I don't want to damage nothing. Viper stuff costs too much to be damaging. I had to take the flywheel off. Forgot about the other little pieces to take the oil pan, but we're gonna set the oil pan back where I need to sit it at and drop this back in. And then I'll bring the transmission from underneath up, because I'm gonna have to get a custom drive shaft, because that drive shaft too long for that bad boy. So that's the Viper transmission right there. So we're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this big 8.3 liter work. Stay tuned. So here I took out the oil. I forgot what it's called, but it's basically for the oil. And basically I took it from there, and it runs all the way to the back of the cam, or the crankshaft. So I'm trying to do all that, which sucks, because now I gotta go through the book and make sure my torque specs is back right on that. But basically we got the bottom half. We got the oil pan under there, the oil, I want to say the oil stick basically inside. I'm not a mechanic. I just really go by the book, and nobody really mess with Viper motors, so got to do it myself. But basically, y'all seen my oil pan was sticking on the subframe. I'm trying to get it behind there and get it to stick where it won't hit my steering column, and get it on there. So I'm gonna see if I can put it from reverse to forward on once I get the motor where it needs to sit at in here. So stay tuned and rock with me, guys. You know what I mean? Done did plenty of motors, but I'm not a mechanic, so I'm trying to make it happen. All right, y'all, this is gonna conclude today's video. I'm gonna give me some rest. This is gonna be a hard one, I ain't gonna lie. This one's gonna be a hard one. It's gonna have to be custom manifolds, so I'm gonna take these off just so I can play with it tomorrow. So I'm gonna take the manifolds off. The steering column is hidden, as you can see the rub marks. Okay, so those are my two big dilemmas along with the oil pan. So I was wondering why the oil pan wouldn't go past. It's because my manifolds is hitting all the ABS lines somewhere right there, and the gas lines coming up. And then my, what is it? Let's go on this side. My starter right here is hitting the steering column. So I gotta play with this. I gotta think about this. I know this can be done. I'm just gonna have to really think. I'm gonna drop the oil pan, as you can see down there, and trying to get this thing in. I took the oil pump piece off. I got my whole crankshaft showing. Trying to make sure I don't touch nothing and damage my crankshaft, Because that right there for a new one is like $3,700. So can't mess that up. So I am going to conclude tonight so I don't mess anything up. And try this tomorrow in warmer weather. So appreciate y'all tuning in. We will try to get this thing in there, man. That's my goal. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate y'all. Peace.